Hey fam. Hey fellow humans out here. Okay, you gotta be careful with who you call fam. But anyways, y'all. Jeez Louise. So we had the eclipse. On what day? Was that the 7th? Okay, and then we had the 9-9 portal. And then we had a history breaking news moment for multiple moments. So there was a school shooting as well as a public assassination. Okay. So I'm just going to take the moment right now in the video. We're going to take a deep breath together. Okay. Make sure you fill the bottom of your belly. A technique I learned. The way to fill the bottom of your belly. This is whenever I was training to be a yoga instructor. I'm not a yoga instructor, y'all. But when I was taking the classes, I really liked this technique of taking a proper deep breath. And the way she described it was like when you inhale, it's like pouring something into a pitcher, not a picture, a pitcher. And so it's like the bottom of the pitcher gets full first, and then it goes to the top. Okay, and then when you exhale, it's like releasing the liquid out of the pitcher. Sorry, y'all, I'm in my car and it's a little hot. I don't got no air on or nothing. But yes, y'all need to take as many of them breaths as you need. Because what the W, like, what the F word, y'all? Okay. Um, yeah. Maybe just take some moments of silence too. I just wanted to get on here and just do a quick chat, a quick shout out to my fellow people. Shit's crazy out here. Okay. And quite frankly, my fellow humans out there, we are going to collectively have to learn how to genuinely forgive. Okay. This is something that's been repetitive in my sphere for a while. I mean, not for a while, but for the past few days. Like, forgive, forgive, forgive. Forgiveness is not the same as acting like something didn't matter. Forgiveness is just the place of neutrality to where you can calmly and collectively resolve an issue. Okay. Forgiveness is a part of conflict resolution. Now, granted, I am not no expert on concert. Okay. Who's been on a concert? Shout out to Chris Brown for having the world's biggest concert, Breezy Bow. Period. But conflict resolution, I'm not any expert. Your girl's still learning how to do it herself, okay? Because I'm quick to have something smart I like to say. So, collective, we need to work on forgiveness, and we need to work on reaching the point of neutrality. Okay, y'all see how quick I get off topic, but I just want to say over these days, take some deep breaths, or, and better yet, if you gotta get off social media, please get off, okay? Because it's just not worth it, okay? Because, like they say, history repeats itself, okay? I like to equate history to like sports highlights at the bottom of the screen, and you just see the marquee at the bottom of the screen telling you about all the games and who won and all the stats and all that stuff. That's what history reminds me of, and that's what it reminds me of when they say it repeats itself. It repeats itself because these institutions are training and conditioning large amounts of people to act in certain types of ways. Okay? And the only thing that's really changed is the name of these institutions and how many more people that they can affect. That's really the only thing that's changed. Okay, so when you're tackling the issue of forgiveness and conflict resolution, you have to be good at reducing things down to its purest form. Okay? So, in this process of reduction that we're doing, all of us are humans, okay? And unfortunately, like we done seen, I would say very too much explicitly, by the way, the same types of bullets and the same types of people that don't want to hear what we have to say can end our lives in a flash. On a flash, on cameras, these days. Okay? And that's just one of the many ways that our humanity brings us together. Okay? Quite frankly, I don't know. I had never heard of the dude that got assassinated until the day he got assassinated. I literally had never heard of him. So, I mean, I don't even have anything witty to say. I don't know anything about him. From what I've heard, he has said some very lackluster, untimely, tacky, rude things about whoever. I ain't really looked too much into it. And, you know, people, just the exchanges I've seen, like everybody's divided as the powers that are still trying to be relevant want to happen with humanity. They will always want and need versus. Like everything is always a match. Everything is always a conflict and always a war. But there's never a resolution. Like what's the resolution? To just keep doing it? No. Okay. So quite frankly, I'm going to say from a neutral point of view, we're all humans, and regardless of what you say, what you do say, what you don't say, who likes what you have to say, and who doesn't like what you have to say, and whatever you believe, and whatever you don't believe, none of that makes you more or less human than the next. And if you call yourself a mature individual, you have to accept that. And you're not one until you accept that. Today was a hotter day where I am. It's literally been, I'm not gonna lie, like damn near perfect fall weather where I've been until probably the last 3 days. So when we talk about eclipses and all these things, it's real, okay? It's real. And just more importantly, it gives us something to all focus on that is zoomed out enough to where we don't get caught up in the details of what exactly was said and what exactly wasn't said and who supports who and all this other stuff. Okay? Because like a lot of people pointed out, regardless of anything, people still care about people. Okay? Like a lot of unsavory people still have people that love them and like them. Okay? So if you can't do it for the person, do it for the people that love them. Okay? Because love is love. And if all of us are allowed to love each other, then that's y'all need I don't know, how do I need to say that, because I was about to get smart. Y'all need to slow y'all's roll. We're all humans out here, and we all got to live and wake up every day until we stop doing that. So there's no point in reducing somebody's humanity down to their ignorance, because all of us have been institutionalized to a certain degree of ignorance, and it is our responsibility to, know stuff and do better. But as long as you are a good human, as long as you love and respect humanity, I just don't really, there's really no wrong you can do. Because the love is going to be there to support you. So if you're falling off track, we going to let you know. I don't know. I just wanted to get on here and share some thoughts, share some calm. Okay. And this is as heated as things are, this is just the 2020 was a preview. I feel like what we're going through right now is a preview. is a more distinct preview, and then it's just like things are just going to get more and more and more exposed. Okay, and a lot more people are going to be feeling all types of ways. Okay, peeps. So the sooner we can master neutrality, I would say the sooner humanity can stop pointing the fingers at each other. Okay, we're all allowed to believe stuff. Okay, we're all allowed to talk about what we want to talk about, especially in America. Wrote that in the Constitution. Freedom of speech. Okay, and unfortunately, sometimes some people's free speech is gonna ruffle your feathers and is gonna make you feel like that you don't deserve certain things. But it's just like, if you know who you are, if you know partially why you're here, why are you gonna let somebody that's literally just like you make you feel like you have no power to be like, you know what, I don't really agree with fam. Honestly, truly, I think that's belligerent, but I appreciate them speaking whatever they feel like they need to speak. Okay, because it all gives us an opportunity to learn and grow together. Because quite frankly, I am a chocolate beautiful sister. Okay, I done heard a lot and I done seen a lot. And still to this day, ain't nothing or nobody convinced me that I don't deserve to live just because they talk about it. And y'all see me. I'm still here to tell the story. So, find ways to chill out is pretty much all that I'm getting to. Okay, we're all humans. The same guns, the same weapons, the same sicknesses can kill us all in an instant on live. Okay, people can it doesn't reduce your humanity just because somebody don't like you or just because you say controversial stuff. Okay, I don't know, man. Forgiveness is about being neutral. It's not about letting people get off scotch-free. Okay, and if you need to learn a little bit about balance, tap into the Libra energy. Maybe read up on Libra. Okay, the Libran energy. I'm not gonna go off on a tangent. I'm already at 12 minutes. I don't know, man. Don't let people convince you that you don't deserve to live or that you're not good enough just because you disagree with what they say. And even if they blatantly say, hey, I don't think you deserve to live. If you wake up tomorrow, what the fuck does that have to do with you? But anyways, y'all, I'm getting sweaty. We can chat later. Take a chill pill. And if you haven't heard it, and if you haven't said it, I forgive you. Okay? I forgive you. And I don't love you any less. Talk to y'all later. Okay, take a chill pill.